If budgeting actually worked, most people would be financially free by now, but they're not. In fact, millions of people start a budget every single year and quit within 90 days. They download apps, they buy planners, they watch videos, they promise themselves, this time will be different. And yet, they fall back into the same cycle: overspending, guilt, stress, repeat. So here's the uncomfortable question. If budgeting is the solution, why does it fail for most people? Today, we're going to break this down psychologically, financially, and practically. Because budgeting doesn't fail due to math. It fails because of human behavior. And by the end of this video, you'll understand the 7 real reasons budgeting collapses, the hidden psychology behind money habits, and what actually works instead. Let's begin. Most budgets are built like diets, and that's the first mistake. Think about it. When someone says, "I'm on a budget," what does it feel like? Restriction, limitation, deprivation. It feels like something is being taken away, and humans hate loss more than they love gain. This concept is called loss aversion, a core idea from behavioral economics, popularized by psychologist and economist Daniel Kahneman in his work on decision-making. We feel the pain of losing $100 more intensely than the pleasure of gaining $100. Now apply that to budgeting. When you cut dining out, you don't feel proud, you feel deprived. When you skip buying something you want, it doesn't feel empowering, it feels like sacrifice. And when sacrifice becomes the foundation of a system, that system eventually collapses because willpower is limited. And budgeting relies almost entirely on willpower. Money is not logical, it's emotional. We like to think we make rational decisions. But neuroscience shows otherwise. We spend when we're stressed. We spend when we're bored. We spend when we're celebrating. We spend when we're sad. Budget spreadsheets don't account for emotional triggers. They assume you'll behave like a robot. But you're not a robot. You're human. And emotional spending is one of the biggest reasons budgets fail in Europe and America, especially in cultures where lifestyle comparison is constant. Social media fuels this. You see vacations in Italy, you see new cars, you see home renovations, you see success. And even if you don't consciously compare, your brain does. This phenomenon is often described as keeping up with the Joneses. Except today, the Joneses live on Instagram. Budgeting doesn't fight comparison, it just tries to limit damage. That's not enough. Most people budget like this. They create a perfect plan. They follow it for 2 weeks. Then they overspend once, and suddenly, it's ruined, so they give up completely. This is called the all-or-nothing mindset. It's the same reason crash diets fail. One bad meal turns into a bad week. One bad week turns into quitting. Budgeting systems rarely allow flexibility, but life is unpredictable. Car repairs happen, medical bills happen, friends get married, flights get expensive, rigid systems break under pressure, flexible systems survive, and most budgets are rigid. Here's a major flaw. Traditional budgeting focuses on reducing expenses, but there's a limit to how much you can cut. There's no limit to how much you can earn. Many people in America and Europe already cut coffee, subscriptions, eating out, small luxuries, and yet they still feel stuck. Why? Because the real issue isn't always spending, it's income growth. Budgeting makes you obsess over $5 decisions while ignoring $5,000 opportunities. Negotiating salary, learning high-income skills, investing early, starting a side business. Wealth is built through expansion, not restriction alone. Even when people succeed temporarily, they fail later. Why? Lifestyle inflation. You earn more, so you upgrade. Better apartment, better car, better phone, better vacations. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life. But if expenses grow as fast as income, budgeting becomes a treadmill. You're running, but not moving forward. This pattern was famously described in the book The Millionaire Next Door. The authors found that many high earners were still broke because spending scaled with income. Budgeting doesn't automatically fix that. Awareness does. Let's be honest, tracking every expense is exhausting. Logging every coffee, every subscription, every taxi ride, it becomes a second job. And humans avoid systems that feel heavy, especially after a long workday. If your financial system requires constant attention, it won't last. Successful systems are automated. This is why automation is powerful. Investments deducted automatically, savings transferred automatically, bills paid automatically. When decisions are removed, consistency increases. This might be the biggest reason of all. People budget without a compelling why. They budget because they feel guilty, or scared, or pressured. But they don't connect money to meaning. When there's no vision, there's no motivation. Saving just to save isn't inspiring, but saving for financial freedom, early retirement, business ownership, freedom of location, family security, that's different. Movements like financial independence, retire early, gained popularity because they gave budgeting a purpose. Without purpose, budgeting feels like punishment. With purpose, it feels like progress. Here's something deeper. Most people try to change behavior without changing identity. They say, I'm trying to budget, instead of, I'm becoming someone who manages money intentionally. Identity drives behavior. If someone sees themselves as bad with money, they subconsciously prove it. But when someone adopts the identity of an investor or a wealth builder, their decisions shift naturally. Budgeting fails when it's a temporary action. It works when it's part of a new identity. If traditional budgeting fails, what works instead? Here are 5 principles that outperform strict budgets. Instead of tracking 50 categories, track 3 numbers: fixed costs, investments, guilt-free spending. That's it. This concept is popularized by Ramit Sethi in his book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. When essentials and investments are handled first, the rest can be spent without stress. Simplicity increases consistency. Before you spend anything, invest automatically, not what's left over. The real growth happens through compounding. Even small amounts invested consistently in diversified index funds tracking the S&P 500 have historically grown significantly over decades. Time matters more than timing. Budgeting focuses on controlling today. Investing focuses on building tomorrow. Instead of cutting lattes, negotiate your salary. Switch companies. Build a skill. Create a side income stream. In Europe and America, switching jobs often increases salary faster than annual raises. Income growth solves problems that budgeting cannot. Emergency funds reduce stress. Stress causes bad decisions. 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash create stability. Stability improves discipline. Discipline improves wealth building. Remove friction from good decisions. Make investing automatic. Unsubscribe from promotional emails. Limit exposure to comparison-driven content. Environment shapes behavior more than motivation does. Budgeting fails because it treats symptoms, not causes. The cause isn't lack of spreadsheets. It's emotional spending, no clear vision, low income growth, identity conflicts, lifestyle inflation. If you fix those, budgeting becomes simple or even unnecessary. Here's something powerful. The goal isn't to restrict your life. The goal is to build a life where money is not a constant source of stress, where investing is automatic, where spending is intentional, where income grows, where you don't feel guilty enjoying your success. Budgeting isn't evil, it's just incomplete. And when you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start building smarter systems. If this video helped you see money differently, then you're already ahead of most people. Because awareness is the first investment, and the returns are life-changing.